Hello and welcome to AntipoDnD, a show in which a bunch of Australians play Dungeons and Dragons in a setting partly inspired by prehistoric Australia and New Zealand. I am David, I am the Dungeon Master, and I am joined as ever by April, Kynwyn, Doug and Zindi. And damn, I had to look at the screen to remember who my players are. Fail David tonight, but that's okay. We are in hell.
That's true.
Also, we're playing a game in which our characters are in hell. So, our heroes are in the city of Dis, on the plain of Dis, and they are there to slay a devil who they have learned goes by the name of Axalta.
Or that other name with a whole bunch of Z's and X's in it as well.
They have also learned a true name, which could come in handy. Which will almost certainly come in handy. But
Get it like your mum using your middle name.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
But until this point, they had only known her as the Mother, a devil that for a while pretended to be a divine being, but eventually revealed herself to be a rather deceitful, evil creature that was simply using their warlock as a mean to reap souls from the material plane. So they've gone to hell to kill her. Last session, our heroes did some inquiring of a Canoloth named Nexus, who had a lot of information to give them, including floor plans of the House of Empowerment, which is apparently where Axalta lives, and she operates it as well. She also provided them with Axalta's true name, which I'm not going to repeat because it's long and I don't remember it.
I have it written down.
And Drench asked a question regarding his backstory, the town that he grew up in, I believe, and that just disappeared off the map one day. And Nexus did not have that information readily available, but prides herself in being able to learn anything with given enough time. So she said, "Come back in 24 hours, and she will have something. She will have new information for Drench on that subject."
And our lawyer friend went behind closed doors and had a conversation.
Yes,
Yes,
Salmi
sneaky.
revealed that she has her own mission in hell, one that she is not at liberty to divulge, but she did speak to Nexus privately about it for 15 minutes and came out of that conversation looking a bit shaken. And finally, you all did a little bit of shopping. You went to the arms and armor place where you realized there was a market for flintlock firearms, which the devils have been slow, technology that the devils have been slow to pick up on. But there are individuals who in hell who very much want easy to deliver death, so firearms are popular. And so you sold a bunch of guns. You visited the wondrous emporium of Hergul and found...
He tried to sell us the foot of Vecna.
He tried to sell you the foot of Vecna for 50,000 gold pieces. You reasonably assumed it was a scam.
We pressed X to doubt.
Though he does...
Sorry, go ahead.
Though he does have a lot of genuinely magical items there as well.
That we also couldn't afford anyway. So
Yes. Did we get a price check on Mithril chainmail?
No, we did not.
Oh yeah, because we found out that wasn't actually
That's all right.
enchanted.
I have a Mithril chainmail's worth of money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Every time I say I'm going to do something for the next week, I forget to write it down, and it therefore doesn't happen. I need to write things down.
it's hard to do things.
True.
Let's see if
That is
Google
very cool.
answers the question. In D&D 5th edition, there's no fair price of mithril.
Wow.
Sick.
Rough.
Perfect. It's just
Dungeon
infinite money then.
Masters.
It just
You get to work it out.
Okay. So you're in the city of Iron. So iron is plentiful, mithril is not.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with 3,000 gold.
Okay.
Is that the half
Seems
price or
reasonable.
the full price?
That's the coin that you received for it.
Duncan has added 3,000 gold to his inventory.
Nice.
I look forward
You
to losing it all very quickly.
Put the foot of Vecna on layway.
I was going to say I could buy a toe of Vecna at that point, right?
Hmm.
Not the big one.
Cocktail.
Little one, yeah.
Okay. So, what do you do now? You said you were thinking it might be worth reconnoitering the House of Empowerment.
I believe Case the Place was the figure
Yeah,
of
we got
speech
Case
that
the Joint.
we used.
Gonna go. I nearly said cash the place. We could do that too.
Oh yeah, the exchange, because we can get soul coins for gold.
Yep.
Do we need any more soul coins?
Or you can get gold for soul
maybe for bribing in case we come across anything.
Yeah, there was that, and I think also there was other stuff that we were thinking of buying from Foxy Lady. Other info.
Oh, Jackal Girl. Yeah. Well, she accepts gold too, so
It's true. It's true.
Yep,
should we
and
grab soul coins on the
and
way before we go to the house there?
she takes it at the going rate, so you don't need to make any. Yeah, there's no point in
Yeah, she's
making
cool.
exchanges before working with her.
She's cool. I like her.
I've still got a coin in my back pocket.
Like, I don't. Do we?
And we can only
got
carry
one?
up to our con modifier each anyway before it becomes an issue. So
Unless you put it in the sandy bag.
no, because then you're still carrying it and it'll still ping
Yeah.
on your con.
As long as it's in some way on your person, it's not just the weight of it; it is the physiological presence of it.
It's the weight on your soul.
Yeah, the knowledge that you have it weighs on you.
Okay, so should we grab? We've only got one more, I think. I think that's all. Wait, how
I've
many?
got
do we
one
have?
in my bag,
Do we use the rest?
Yeah, you guys
and
have all
you
of
would
them.
appear to have used the rest.
Okay, should we grab more or nah?
Are we playing?
I mean, every time
just
we
give
meet
them
a
a couple hundred
tiefling, they
gold.
sort of become, because they've turned their nose up at gold.
Yeah, that's my only thing. If we need to bribe someone or
At the
ask
house.
them, buy their information, yeah, and do we need another one?
It could be
Two.
because you offered 1 gold.
Oh yeah, I was insulting, but it was fine.
We were insulting, and also it wasn't a good price anyway. It's up to you guys who have more con than me? Question mark?
No, you and I
Obviously.
are the con monsters.
Yeah.
The con men.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh, nice. Okay.
You can carry one,
Drench-
right?
2.
You can carry 2. Oh, look at you go.
Yeah.
Gwen, you can carry 0.
Of what? Sorry.
What's your con modifier?
0.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
No.
So you can carry 0 soul.
You can carry 0 soul coins,
coins on
and
your
Todd is
person.
also a 0, I would imagine, on
Oh
con.
yeah, I don't think I got a great deal of
No,
that
yours
shit.
is +2.
Oh,
Oh, shit. There you
So
go.
it is the con men then.
We are the con men. Okay. Cool.
I am a delicate flower.
So we could carry
It's funny
8
because
between
she's
us.
the
you want
she's the con person out of all of us.
Yeah.
But at the same
Irony.
time, do we need them?
I don't know who we're gonna come across.
I feel like having some in the back pocket would be a preparatory thing, but then also
Drench doesn't want any.
All right, I'll
also
buy
if
3
it's a
soul coins.
drawback for
Okay.
us, then yeah, I don't know.
Okay, that
We can
costs
always trade them back.
900 gold, right?
Well, they're 100 gold each, aren't they?
300
Or
gold.
100 each.
100
Oh, they're
each.
100,
Yeah.
300.
So
100
I had
they are-
300 per in my head.
Yeah,
That is
100
right.
each, so 300 total for 3
Okay.
coins.
Yeah, we'll take that out of the party kitty, so you don't have to touch
Oh,
it.
I've just taken it out of my money already. So
You sure?
yeah. Because I'll just trade them back when
Yeah.
we
Oh, yeah, true,
come
true,
back.
true.
Yes, when we come back.
Well, we've got to
Yes.
come back for Drench's info anyway.
Yeah.
We have an appointment,
And we also have to hand the thing over.
buddies.
Yes.
Yep,
Vic.
you promised
Yeah.
your golem. to Nexus.
Oh,
We're
Vic.
freeing him.
That's it.
After the murder, though.
Yeah, after the murder.
We'll use him
Actually, after the
first.
murder.
Let's waddle on down to Empowerment Town. Where are we going? Yeah,
Yeah, that place.
Empowerment Town. Yeah, it's right next door to the House of Hope. House of Hope, House of Empowerment.
Okay. So you step out of the bazaar into the back into the food court.
Yep, I'll collect Vic. I assume Vic isn't up on cinder blocks.
Vic still has his legs.
Chipped.
Yay! You see, there is actually an elf is standing and just inspecting Vic. Doesn't seem to be trying to tamper with the golem in any way, but is looking over it curiously.
Ooh, are they cute? Roll.
Yeah, roll
As-
cuteness.
Quietly as possible, Duncan is going to. The golem controller rod isn't a microphone, right? Like it doesn't. Vic doesn't have a bead
One
in
of
his
those
ear
wee
that I'm
ones?
talking into.
No,
Okay.
the golem has to be able to hear you.
All right. Well,
Just
I
talking.
guess- well, I mean, it's
Yeah.
going to be dwarvish anyway, right? Like, and so I'm just going to go, Vic, jump.
The golem jumps and just
Perfect. I
keeps
assume that-
jumping, and
All right, cut it out.
the elf does start a moment.
Perfect.
And then puts two and two together and looks in the direction that the dwarven voice comes from, and is a bit
Into the eyes
confused.
of a giant
only sees a
fish.
fish.
Yeah.
Does not see a dwarf.
Wow. A lot of things happening for that elf today.
I do actually have art of this elf.
Ooh.
I didn't have the proper folder open, so I've just been diving through.
Wait. If there's art, does that mean he's got a name tag? Are we going to adopt this lad?
He's ours now.
I mean, we
Mhm.
tried to kill one of the other ones who had art, and we weren't supposed to. But
You're not supposed to kill
Hold on.
any of them.
Oh, he is cute. Oh, come
Oh,
on.
there you go.
Can we keep him?
So pale skin, silver hair, strange purple gems that seem to be embedded in the skin on the face, and eyes that are like staring into a night sky almost.
Ooh. Have we ever encountered anything like this before? Like purple
No.
gems in skin and no.
I'll say no. He does. He's
French lives on a beach. She doesn't know anything.
he's elfy, but I will get a history, just a history check, please, from anyone who is proficient in it.
oh no,
That is a natural 20 for a total of 24 from Duncan, who is proficient in history.
Okay.
The all-knowing
way
fish.
to use that.
I know dwarf shit, and I know this elf.
Been to
s-
those underwater libraries.
Somehow, the Locartha
Yeah.
has heard of astral elves.
Oh, it's an astro. Oh, okay.
Elves that are
That's one of
native
them.
to the astral sea.
Oh, yo, he's a spelljammer. Yeah.
He is.
And which therefore means that he is not a native to the city of Dis or the plains of
Ooh.
hell at all.
Not a native to the city.
Ah, he's a tourist.
You are a long way from home.
He looks over at you, hears you speak in common, and responds in common, I could say the same of you.
Fair point. How do you do? My name is Duncan Lee. Pleasure.
My name is on a page that David doesn't have open at the moment.
I was
Oh,
gonna say,
I was going to start
Ellie.
typing on a.
His name was on a page.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it can be.
Why not?
This is
On A?
this is his middle name.
Beautiful.
On a page. That's what we did with one of the Warhammer characters we have, Brother OH&S.
I am so embarrassed.
Mhm.
Funny.
We started late because one of our players was late, and
Fell
I had
asleep.
all this
He
time to get all.
comatose.
I had all this time to get my notes ready, and somehow I'm still unprepared.
D&D never
He
changes.
says,
I distracted you with Welsh castles.
he says,
They're very distracting.
Ianoth, at your service.
Yanoth. Write that down.
It's Ian off, basically. Ian with off on the end.
Ah, Ian.
Please don't call him Ian. Please don't call me Ian.
Oh, sorry.
What brings you to the hells?
Oh.
Oh, cartography. I'm a planar cartographer.
Huh.
Lovely.
New best friend.
That's pretty
It
sick.
sounds pretty. That sounds awesome. Has anyone ever done? Is that a thing? I have no idea.
It has not been done before me, as far as I know. I've been trying to...
Wow, trailblazer.
Yes, I must say, I'm finding this city most annoying.
Oh, it's awful.
Oh, yeah, it changes, doesn't it?
Yes,
How
I
do you-
draw up plans,
map
and
that?
then the next week, half of them are no longer relevant.
Oh. Have you been to other planes that you mapped?
Oh, several, yes.
Oh, cool. Do you sell them or like? Nah.
Not presently, no. I am currently collecting data.
Oh, cool. You gonna open a shop or? Sounds cool.
Yes, if you ever find yourself visiting the city of Sigil, I imagine I have a partner there who I expect will be selling my maps when they're completed.
Diggle.
This
Where-
sounds
whereabouts
like
is
it's on a
that?
different plane.
Yes, it is. Is
Says-
that
He says, "Oh, if you don't know how to get there, then that's probably the end of our conversation about it. It is
We can get to any plane we like, just at random.
oh, really how?
No, no.
Everything
I
we got
mean,
here.
spiritually, one can use one's imagination to go anywhere.
It's magic, dude? We can
Nice
just use
save.
magic.
Nice save.
There's,
Well done.
oh, I thought you were saying you were a spellcaster.
Yeah, sort of in certain situations and contexts.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, I mean, I'm a spellcaster. You're a spellcaster. It's okay. You're allowed to be a spellcaster.
I have arrows.
Regardless, he looks at you, Duncan, and says, "May I take it this is your golem?"
Well, yeah. Yes, this is Vic. Say hi, Vic. I didn't say it in Dwarvish, so Vic says nothing.
Yep, Vic says and does nothing.
Is there anything in particular that catches your eye?
He says, "Oh, I noticed it's an odd mix of materials I've not seen before. And it also appears to have been damaged, yet upgraded after it was damaged.
Yes, that sounds about right.
Why not repair it first? Or repair it as part of the upgrade?"
Well, yes, excellent question. There were a few factors involved that meant that the upgrade was easier than the repairs. Actually, we're kind of looking for somewhere that might be able to fix him down here.
Extenuating circumstances.
If you know a forge or similar.
He says, "Well, I believe the whole level below us is a forge, but I wouldn't go down there."
Oh, shit, really?
He says, "Yes, most of the city is actually below this upper layer that we walk around on. It is, from what I understand, it is a labyrinth of forges, mines, and prisons."
Huh.
Common villainy, etc.
Yes, this.
I don't know if I want to go down there.
No, I would avoid it.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Probably even hotter down there.
Yeah,
what-
it sounds pretty bad.
But that is why I am here. Why are you here? You do not seem at all at home here.
Yeah, I hate it here.
We are.
Trying to get my golem fixed.
Yep.
Okay, I'm not sure why. All right, why?
Visiting mother.
Duncan, can you give me a deception check, please?
Sure can. That is a 17. As I nervously play with the rune that gives me advantage on deception checks, whichever one that one is.
He says, he gives you a wry smile, and he says, "Then I'm afraid you might have come to the wrong place unless you wish to deal with some very unpleasant individuals.
Ah!
And
Dude,
that
that's
is
but
literally
damn.
what we're here for.
Damn. One day, I'll go to a place where people know how to work metal and aren't complete jerks.
He says, I'm sure you could find some in the city of Sigil were you ever to go there. You can find everybody there.
Could you tell us what plane it's on? Please.
What plane is it on? Is it on a plane or is it?
Isn't it just on the moon?
I thought it was.
I think it's. I don't know that it is. This is Dredge asking. Dredge doesn't know. I think it's one of those places you just get to, like the Yawning Portal.
Yeah, is it its own like little demi-plane? Is that the...
Okay, it's in.
Or is it in the Astral Sea?
It's in the Outlands.
It's in the Outlands.
It's the center of the Great Wheel of the Outer Planes.
Okay. That's a lot of outer planes.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can get there. We can do it. We can figure it out.
It's the little
We have need.
the little planet that you all come from is just a tiny little speck in the greater world, in the greater multiverse of Dungeons and Dragons.
Earth is technically canon.
Gross.
Yeah, it's weird. Don't think too hard about it.
And he says, is the golem for sale?
Oh, he's old.
You're my
Regrettably, no, I'm afraid. Did you have an interest in
Merely
large dwarven critters?
merely for protection. I have encountered some, as I said, some unpleasant individuals in this city. Been on the receiving end of no few threats.
Oh yes, us too.
Yes, they do like their rules here, though. So as long as you're kind of doing, as long as you're painting between the lines, it should be fine.
Yes, but they also seem to very much like insist on a certain respect for authority, and by authority they mean devils, and any show of disrespect could be seen as reason for one to be imprisoned or killed.
Yep. Don't step
see.
on the toes of any bone devils, man.
And it is purely for the devils to say whether or not they feel they've been disrespected under any circumstances.
Ain't that truth, man? This guy seems okay. Trench turns to whoever's standing next to him to say that.
Oh, have you been anywhere in this that's particularly interested? I mean, while we're here, if I'm not going to find a friendly forger, anywhere worth visiting?
It depends what you're looking for. I've been to most places on this upper crust, you might say.
Okay. What if we want to feel empowered? Where'd we go?
Oh, you mean the House of Empowerment?
That'd be the one, man.
Yes, I've walked past it. I've looked inside, but not visited properly.
Oh, you can look inside it.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is open to the public.
Oh, cool. It's nice. Could you point us in the right direction? We're trying to get there.
I could point. I'm not entirely sure my direction would still be valid.
Right. Yeah. Well, last time.
Looks thoughtful. Todd looks thoughtful, and he sort of says to our cartographer friend, "Is there some trick to finding the way?"
He says, if there is, I've yet to discover it.
Mm.
Do you have any thoughts?
We follow someone who knew a path, but he said
Never had a thought in my life.
it's
The locals
strange.
seem to
How
still
could
be
you
able
know
to
anything?
reckon
Yeah.
direction.
He says,
But what did our tiefling say? He said like it does just change, and you sort of just instinctively know the way, right? Wow, I sounded like I got emotional there for a second. Sorry.
He said he had two ways. He was like, well, we could go incognito or we could go less incognito, and then the path will be different if we do. And we were like,
Yeah, my brain shorted out.
Yeah, and there was
So
also
when I was trying to observe him, it was just he was still just running on like he knows the streets and is
Yeah, right,
going
like
all
major
there. It
landmarks.
wasn't like the streets had actually shifted on him.
the main complication was that you had a very large golem, which he had to account for in terms of the spaces that you were moving through.
but which implies that he sort of knows how the spaces respond.
And Ianoth says, well, maybe long-term exposure is enough to become a part of this city. Maybe if you've been...
it could be it.
But in all honesty, I'm not sure I want that to happen to me.
I wonder
Yeah,
if you have to be evil.
Can we get a vibe? Can we get a vibe check on this guy?
Give me... Okay.
Feel evil.
First of all, do you have to be evil to navigate the city? Give me an Arcana or religion check, and if you're trying to get a vibe check on Ianoth, give me an insight check, please.
All right. Well, I'm just going to do an Arcana. Todd's going to think about that.
That is
No, it's a 12. He doesn't know shit about this demon stuff.
I'm gonna do a vibe
Devil
check. I seem to have accidentally closed my character sheet. For some reason. Okay.
Whoopsie.
What am I doing? A vibe check, which is
Vibe check.
perception.
Insight.
Insight. Thank you. Jesus. Sorry. How long have I been playing Dungeons & Dragons?
It's a vibe check, man.
If we create our own system
Insight.
one day, maybe we should just have a skill called vibe check.
I think yeah.
27.
That's exactly what it's used for every time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I even have my sparkly dice on. It's appropriate for an astro elf.
Nice.
Yep. Todd and Duncan maybe have to be evil. Maybe it's what is evil?
Actually, no, I'm not going to spend a second wind on this. Carry on.
Yeah, wouldn't do you any good with a 6.
I don't know if I roll a 10 and a d6. I might get there, but I'd have to roll high.
Yeah,
I don't think it's worth it.
You basically need to reach 20. But Drench, vibe check on Ianoth. He doesn't like being in the city of Dis, but you get the sense it's not because he's good. He doesn't find the place...
He's not into humidity.
distasteful.
He's a map maker. And,
Yeah, he doesn't find it distasteful in that sense. Oh no, there's evil here. It's just it's inconvenient.
Yeah, he's getting annoyed. Okay. All right. Well,
pragmatist. Love it.
I mean, vibe check passed, but he's okay. He's all right.
Doug, did you just roll a 3 on 1d10 plus 1d6?
I did. I was interested to see what I would have rolled, and I would have rolled a 3.
Cool.
I rolled a 2 on the 10 and a 1 on the 6. So Duncan is rolling a lot today.
I get it out now,
It's all right. That's the ghost rolling, not Duncan actual.
Okay. All right. Well.
Any other says, I can point you. I can give you general directions on how to get there from here, but I cannot guarantee that they will be entirely accurate.
Yeah. I mean,
have to do it by landmark.
I don't know.
Because you can't say go north and then turn left, but you could say go until you find the statue with 3 penises, and then.
And it is essentially via landmarks, and go ahead until you reach the the gibbet with entrails hanging out and that sort of thing.
The entrail gibbet, yes.
Yeah. Sadly, the most noticeable landmark that is always visible, the Iron Tower, is never in the same place. But it is always visible.
Useless. Okay, cool. Thank you.
We could stop and ask the Ivesaron for directions, I suppose, but I don't think that'd go well for it.
If we ever see you around again, we're from the material plane.
And he says, which planet?
What's a planet?
We all just blankly look at each other.
What do you
stare back?
What do you call your world?
The Wandering
Valdra.
Eye?
You know this.
Yeah.
You know this.
That's
Oh.
right.
We call it Voldra.
Valdra, yes.
Yeah.
Remember which
Val-
one's the big
Valdra.
one and which one's the continent.
Gold's the continent.
He says, I've not been there yet. That's on my to-do list.
I should stop by. It's really nice. We're from the Wandering Isles. We're usually hanging out in one of the cities or on the water or
We're
whatever.
most often
Yeah,
hanging out on the boat.
Yes, we move around quite a bit. So if you did want someone to do some cartography with,
Oh yeah, you can stay on our ship and do the coast or like whatever. It'd be
I
fun.
wonder if this guy'd combust if we introduced him to Zoot.
Oh, you have a
I
ship?
think Zoot would combust if we introduced.
Yeah, yeah, we got a boat, and there's like
Given
another
what I
really
know
famous
about-
cartographer.
astral elves, do I know that ship is going to be a little bit different for him versus us?
He's gonna make fun of our boat.
Moves.
He-
on
he-
Boat's
water.
gonna make fun of him.
He probably
Oh, it floats on the water.
Yeah, isn't that cute?
he
and
he
it
might be
talks.
thinking in those terms, but he's also travelled a bit. He might also
He's traveled.
have an idea of what a boat means to most material people.
Okay. Just a water vessel. It's nothing special, but it's ours.
And its name?
Yeah.
Most.
Yes. Mercy.
Mercy.
Mercia. Well, do you have a port that you call home?
Liberty
mean,
Bay, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Liberty,
Bay. If you're
Yeah.
ever over that way.
I might look for you.
Yeah, my name's Drench. You can always send me a message. Well, I can't send one back, but you can send me a message anyway. If you're on the material plane.
I might do
A group
that.
answering machine.
Yeah, I could like send you a bird in return or something.
He'd have one of those hilarious ones with like a rhyming message or like
100%. He'd like
He'd-
play the panpipes or something.
yeah, or like have a conversation with it and completely not get around to the whole leave your message thing.
Mhm.
It's still
Like-
2.0. Yeah.
Yeah.
He says, I need to get back to the unpleasant work of trying to understand this place. Good luck with repairing your golem at the House of Empowerment. He clearly
what we're
knows
doing.
it's a lie.
That is absolutely an innuendo though,
We are going to empower him.
Yeah.
with his arm.
Maybe
back
we
up.
are. Maybe we are going to empower him. He doesn't
He's a
know.
strong, independent golem.
Exactly. He's a girl boss.
Don't need no rod.
Okay, thank you. We see you on the material plane, maybe.
Okay,
Guess we follow his directions to the best of our ability.
all right. Can whoever is taking the lead please give me a survival check?
Oh,
Then
man.
I will not be taking the lead.
Well, who's holding
can-
the map?
I got you. I'm a good
Who's-
survivalist.
Yeah.
Help, because I'm proficient in survival.
Okay, I got +9 to survival? +8.
Yeah, much better than me.
Plus
so-
8. All right.
But I will still help.
Okay, you hold the map for me.
Correct. I'm going to hold a torch
There
just
is-
over your shoulder.
Oh,
There i-
very good. 27 again.
There is no map. You are remembering directions. But that's okay. With a 27, that is more than enough.
I
I rolled
by
a 4
map
and a
I mean,
19.
like drawing of the place. Didn't we get a floor plan? I thought we got a floor plan.
Mhm.
You got a floor plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Uh,
Do
know
you have
what
a picture of what it looks like from
the.
the outside?
No, you didn't ask for a drawing.
Okay, we know that it's 10 stories.
It's true.
If,
8
if
stories.
that means anything.
8 stories.
Eight-
Many stories.
Is it
a
8?
bunch.
Why did I think 10 this whole time?
Because
Where
I
these
did initially
first
say
reports-
10 because that's what I'd written down, but those are my old notes. So I said it has 10 stories. No, wait, it actually has 8. That's changed.
Oh, my bad. I really latched onto that 10.
Well, it's a good number.
Number 5.
But
It's a good number.
it only takes you about 20 minutes to reach the House of Empowerment from the food court. And you realize you're still very much inside the fetters, the foreign quarter.
Oh, nice.
Um,
Okay.
But this area is much more the lower class. This is where you find beggars, refugees, mostly mortals who have found themselves stuck somehow in the Nine Hells, particularly in the, and they may have already been in the city of Dis when they were stranded. They may have come to the city of Dis as the closest thing they could find to civilization in hell. And everywhere you go, there are people begging. There are people selling what scraps they can find. There are a lot of iron merchants just selling literally scrap metal, and it's a fairly miserable sight until you come to a large square, which still has a lot of beggars and refugees in it, but at one side of it there is a tall metal spire tower in basically the same blackened iron that the rest of the city is made out of, but this one is more ornate. It is very gothic and unnecessarily spiky in its design.
Love it.
And it has a big archway at the front and steps leading up to it that almost feel like you'd be walking up into, a theatre or something like that. It is making its presence known.
Extra.
And you assume this must be the House of Empowerment. And
I mean, is there a sign? Have they got a
there
flag?
is a sign inscribed in both Infernal and Common that says, "Rise above what draws you down."
It's motivational. That's like the hang in there kitten.
Mm-hmm.
And
Those MLM girlies love it.
the big arch entrance is wide open. There are no doors. You can see inside, and there is light inside. Warm, actually almost cool light. Think almost daylight, probably magical. But it is in stark contrast to the constant red glow around you.
Looking up, do I see the balcony?
Give me a perception check, please.
Guidance.
What am I doing? Perception. There
Yes,
it is.
please.
That is a 19, so total of whatever that ends up being, plus 4, which gives me a total of 27.
Okay.
Oh,
I can spend a second wind if that's going to be helpful.
That gives you second wind could give you even more. You've got something, but you could get more.
Ooh.
Okay, I'll use a second wind.
Did he just willingly point out that you can do the thing?
I rolled a 1,
Psychopath.
so I'm also going to knowledge from a past life.
Get
Which
all
will
that
add
out now.
A 6 total, which would take me to 31.
Okay.
Right? Hang on.
No.
33.
30, yeah, because it was 32.
It was 27.
Oh, 6. Right.
Yep.
Okay.
6 total.
Yep. So about 2/3 of the way up the spire, you see one level is open. There are below it and above it, there are no windows. There are no sign of entrances, openings, or anything like that until you get to a level where the whole level seems to be open, at least from the side that you're looking at, except for columns or pillars that are part of supporting the upper floor. You can actually see a few, what's the word I'm looking for? Like muslin curtains, light and breeze, blowing somehow, which is weird because you're not aware of any wind at the moment. And as you look up, the mother looks down. And Duncan, you think she might see you. You also think she might not be surprised.
Hello.
That's fine. Duncan will wave.
You waving to?
Oh, the mother. She's upstairs.
Right.
How I did consider casting disguise self on myself, but then I was like, I'm standing between a goat and a fish. So.
Just for curiosity's sake, could Salmi have done anything?
Oh shit, Salmi.
Yes, she's also here. I keep forgetting. No, I was thinking she might have seeming or something like that, but no. But yes, by the time Drench looks up, the mother has stepped back and is no longer visible.
You point her out to me, or?
Oh, she's gone.
Oh.
But I don't think she's surprised that we're here.
It was a bit much to hope that she wouldn't figure it out.
Missed that memo.
Yeah, she's like an arch devil lady or whatever.
And Salmi says, well, I guess we've learnt something. She knows we're here.
Indeed.
Got a balcony. Do we need to go in? Should we go in?
What does it look like inside if we're just sort of peering in from the big archway?
Okay, as you look inside, you see... looking inside, the architecture does not reflect what it looks like on the outside. Looking inside,
bigger on the inside.
It's almost like you're looking at a pleasant opera house anteroom, foyer, something like that. It is actually tiled. This is the first ceramic you have seen used in architecture in this city. There are ceramics for sale at the bazaar, but aside that, this is the first sign of ceramic tiles being used.
Oh God. Are they soul ceramics or something?
There's
souls in every tile.
And you can just make out what appears to be a long stone table with a small feast on it. Various foods, fresh food that does not look native to the city of Dis. It looks actually very inviting.
How do the locals treat that?
Well,
like other people flowing in and out, or is it?
Not. There isn't a steady flow. Just your quick glance, you're not seeing any movement in and out. You do see there a pair of bearded devils standing in front of the building. They seem to be just generally to avoid, to stop any trouble should it occur. I would let you keep some of your massive perception roll, and you will see that there are also perched at a few points in the Gothic architecture above you, some winged. They're called spined devils, but they've got these big wings. And they're just looking down at you almost like gargoyles, but they seem to be just watching the entire square. Cool. And inside, you can just make out a few figures, humanoid figures walking around. One at least has got leathery wings and is probably a succubus.
Cool.
To go in.
Yes. How much are we casing the joint? Are we in or out?
She knows we are here.
I mean, there's no point casing if she's aware we're casing.
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess we're more like, there it is. We talked about a balcony, right? There it is.
So you have the basic floor plan. So if you're casing to work out the layout of the place, you don't need to do that. But
security is good.
Casing for guards.
The plans you've been given don't tell you what any of the rooms are or what's happening inside them or who is where. Except you know that level 7, the one that's open high above you, is Exalter's private chambers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, now we can visual on the balcony. There it is.
Yes.
Are we good?
There's no conditions of entry nailed to the door, or nailed to the post on the way in, right?
No,
It's just
no shirt, no shoes, no service.
Even as you say that, you do see a tiefling, a relatively poorly dressed tiefling. They look like they're not quite a beggar, but they are definitely lower class. They just walk up the steps into the building, and nobody challenges them. They just walk straight in.
Should we have this conversation here, or should we go somewhere else?
I
to
mean,
talk?
I'll be ready should things go south. I mean,
no, I need a nap if possible.
Party. I also need a nap, but Party, stop me if this is a stupid idea. Duncan walks in.
Oh, there he goes.
I mean, if you need a nap, it's probably a stupid idea, but
I do need a nap, but
Duncan walks in. Okay.
Maybe there's somewhere we can nap in there.
yeah, Duncan walks in.
I'll move
I'm
you.
not moving
why
past
wouldn't we
floor
nap
one.
in?
I will move you all to the map.
Oh,
It's your
God.
mother's house.
And
Yeah.
at this point, this might actually be a good time for us all to take a short break.
I need a cup of tea to handle this.
I drank too many liquids, so yes, please.
Okay.
Ooh, bananas.
We are taking a short break. We will be back in a few minutes. Bye.
Okay.
And we are back. Did not pay attention to the naked cat.
That's one of the gargoyles. Watching.
Literally a
I'm
gargoyle.
here.
It's
I'm not a cat.
immersive.
So, Duncan has just strolled into the ground floor of the House of Empowerment.
Todd has shrugged and followed him.
Okay, so two of you are in there. I might as well place your... you can see in there, can't you?
Yes.
Yes, but I will
Bananas.
I'll put you in.
And a croissant.
At the moment, Drench and Gwendolyn are outside.
Ah, the infernal croissant.
And here is Sami.
Cool. I'm not going in much further than this. I just want to see who's inside.
Okay. The first thing you notice is that when you just step through the arch entrance, it's air conditioned in here.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It is pleasant.
I think we're still outside, Gwen.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking, she's like, I love that she's put on a spa in hell.
Oh, 100%. Look, there's a water fountain.
Yeah, I think we're lingering to see what
And yes,
Dunk is doing.
there are Duncan on either side of you. There are basins bubbling with what looks like fresh water. Ahead of you, there is the things I've put on the map are just there are tokens that were available at the time. Imagine it looking much more sumptuous than this. It is a veritable feast of foods that the four of you would be impressed to see on a table back in Providence, let alone in the middle of the Nine Hells. And beyond it, there is a big, huge, bubbling fountain. At the far end of the room, there is a grand staircase leading up to a mezzanine level. And there are... you can see maybe a dozen people milling around. A few are at the tables eating. A few are looking down from the mezzanine. A couple are sitting on there. There are these big couches, sofas around the side of the room, and closed doors behind them. And there are people sitting on the couches and speaking quietly to each other. So the people you're seeing, there's a mix of mortals, mostly tieflings, but also a few humans, elves, dwarves. And there are also incubi, succubi, and cambions. And most of the conversations are between a cambion or a incubus or succubus. You're basically a fiend and a mortal.
Cool. Excellent. So, is there any other security kicking around? So, presumably incubi, succubi, and the cambions and stuff are going to double as security. But is there any other, is there a big lad in the corner watching everybody?
Give me a perception check, please.
I am too far away for guidance. You're on your own.
That's all right. I rolled a 4. So that's
Okay.
Nice. I couldn't help you anyway.
As
I
you're...
wish to perceive as well. Is that cool?
Yes, go ahead.
I got a 14.
14.
Not good. I mean, okay, but...
You don't see any obvious... there isn't a bone devil hiding behind the fountain or anything like that. You're fairly certain of that. And as you're scanning the room, a cambion walks up and says, "Oh, welcome to the House of Empowerment. Oh, you've not been here before. I'm sure I'd remember you if you had."
I'm sorry. Did you say the House of Empowerment?
Why, yes. We help. We exist to help people become the best versions of themselves.
My apologies. I'm looking for the House of Disenfranchisement. I'll leave you to it, and I leave.
And you leave.
Yep.
Which probably does exist here. So.
That follows.
Okay. And he starts speaking to Todd, saying, "You friend, you look. Oh."
Drench is sort of nervously pacing backwards and forth out the front.
All right, we should go back to the tavern, hotel, the place we're sleeping.
Yeah, oh my god, what was it like in there? It's scary, man. I hate this place.
It was nice and cool.
Oh, she's luring them in with that. Very
Yes,
clever.
nice food, decent temperature control, lots of fiends in there.
Salmi says,
That makes sense.
"Somebody says you didn't eat any of the food, did you?"
No, I didn't touch the water. I didn't eat the food. I didn't touch the hosts or eat the hosts
Don't
or
let them
do
put
anything with
any
the hosts.
lotion on the skin.
Yes. I walked
How they
in,
get
I
you
walked out.
So we're not. Is it like fairy rules? Or we're not supposed to eat the food here, man?
Salmi says,
Don't
Oh.
let them do anything to you in there.
"I don't know, but I do not trust the mother.
Right. Yeah, obviously not.
I would not.
Genuinely, if anyone comes at you with hand cream, run.
I have fur. So.
Yes, and which makes me want to give you so much shampoo in a nice way.
Okay. Maybe later.
I want to plait you.
Okay, it's not that long. I assume we're headed back to our place of
Salmi,
residence.
Salmi says, we could, I don't know, you were talking about casing the joint. I thought we were going to watch who comes and goes.
Oh, is that what that means?
I thought that's what that means.
All right, we'll hang around and we'll smoke nonchalantly in the corner and see who comes and goes.
Yeah, we'll
Salmi says,
garden.
it's not like they don't know we're here. I mean, unless we're worried about they might do something if we hang around here too long.
Well, they might send someone out to say hello.
I don't want to be put under some sort of spell. You know?
Yes, I sort of thought casing the joint was more of a getting the jump on the old lady.
Oh, God,
Now we have no jump.
No, I don't think. I think casing the joint was just checking it out.
And she
I
says,
gotta take a nap, man. I'm
They're not
tired.
professionals.
she says, all right, well, let's get someplace safe then.
As safe
We
as we
do our
can be
best.
in hell.
We do our best to head back to our hotel. In hell.
Okay. Survival check with advantage this time because you
Lovely
have
little hostel.
you have successfully navigated this path once, but you are heading in the opposite direction, so you still need to do a check.
Okay. Ah! Not 20. 28.
No problem. You make it back to the food court in good time, which is where the tavern or the well, it depends on whether you're heading to the bar or what is essentially a hotel.
I think the beds.
Yeah, we were looking
hotel
at
at
the
this
hotel, right?
point, yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
So you are heading to the Mortal's Inn or the Mortal Sin.
Yeah.
I'm back.
That's
Yes,
you
yeah.
know what? I did not get that joke the first time that you threw it out there, but now that you've said that, now I get it. Now.
Yes, thank you for making that obvious for our
get
noodle
it.
brains.
So
You're
It is-
getting pretty good at that, Trench.
it is a
you.
multi-story building. Once again, metal. Pretty much everything is made out of metal or stone or a combination of both.
I
Metal.
hate this place, man.
And when I say metal, it is iron. It is all just blackened iron, cast iron.
It's not aesthetic
plant.
down here.
There's
I
no plants
nice.
or this turbos.
Though the inn
I
is
don't
not
like it.
spiky. It is not trying to. It is not trying to catch your clothes as you walk through it. But as you step in, you see there is a sort of D-shaped antechamber, and in the curved section there are these alcoves with dozens upon dozens upon dozens of what appear to be hourglasses sitting on shelves. some of them currently running, some of them sitting still. As you step in, a bell rings. Even though you didn't open a door or anything like that, you've just sort of magically triggered a bell to signify your presence. And a
infrared beams, it's fine.
Tall woman with skin that is not just pale, skin that is grey, steps out of a side room. Grey skin, she has slightly pointed ears, but you're not sure that she's an elf because she has strangely turquoise hair, and you can just make out there seem to actually be scales under her eyes. I have artwork.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm ready.
We got a tall woman.
We love those.
Oh,
And
hey,
multiple
great, Auntie.
facial piercings. And
Ooh,
she's,
I know what she is.
she says, yeah,
He a changeling or nah?
hello.
She's a snake lady.
Welcome,
yeah.
welcome to the Mortal Sin. You want place to stay?
Yes.
Yes, please.
You can have a pod or room of different sizes. Sizes are on sheet in front of you. And there's a sheet
Should we,
with sizes.
should we all room together?
Yeah, does sheet in front of us allow us
we got
to
the
four to a room? 5 to
I mean,
a room?
5. We've got the bubble, so I want a room
Yeah.
big enough to put the bubble in.
Salmi,
I don't like the pod. This is capsule hotel.
Yeah, I don't want a capsule hotel.
I don't want a capsule hotel anywhere, least of all hell.
That's what hell is. It's one big capsule
Just
hotel.
sleep in a coffin.
Salmi says, I need a 10-foot radius. And on
Sure,
the
we can get a big room.
yeah, on the sheet you'll see the options are 10 by 5 feet, 15 by 15 feet, or 30 by 30 feet. 30 by 30 feet is 50 gold pieces per day.
Should we get
which would be highway robbery in Valdra, but this is hell.
hell? Should we do 15 by 15?
You just roboted.
Oh, damn it. It's port o'clock.
Salmi says, no, it needs to be larger than 15 by 15. It won't. It will have to go 30 by 30. And
Then we will pay for the 30 by 30. Because I don't want to take any chances in hell.
okay. And the woman
Now that Axolotl is staring down at us.
the woman is still robotic. April.
April frozen for anyone else?
Yep. And occasionally
God
making.
damn it.
We heard that. But you,
It only hears it when she swears.
Yeah, robotic cursing working as intended.
Big stream of swears. It's the only thing it picks
Oh,
up.
there you go. You're back.
Becomes
And
Hi, welcome.
and it just
It's
raced to catch up. We just got 5 seconds in 1 second.
Godskin was
Yay!
just like stuck and then.
So fast.
Yes, the woman takes your 50 coin for the 30 by 30 room and says,
Let me pay for that.
very good. She reaches up to one of the timers behind her and turns it over and says,
Oh.
you are paid for 24 hours. Do not be in there after 24 hours unless you pay again.
Understood. Thank you.
All right, go. It is room with that number.
Okay. Off
We go to that room.
Okay.
Is she not just because none of our characters are going to ask, is she a pretty UNT lady?
She is a pure blood UNT. Yes.
Cool.
Cool.
Snakes do like warm environments.
But she'll actually say, wait, Golem might damage steps. Leave down here.
Yeah, you leave him down here, man. It's gonna happen. Famous last words.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I mean, we left him out the front of the bazaar in front of everyone.
True, I guess. All right, fine. Vic, wait here.
The golem does. She says, good, now you go. I have work to do.
Yes, ma'am.
Many important hourglasses to turn.
Rocks to sit on.
Okay, you...
Now, actually, before we go, the concern was the stairs, yes?
Yes, what?
Okay, if we bypass the stairs, can we put the golem in the room?
Why are you still talking to me?
Strange hugs.
If you don't say no, I'm going to take it as a yes.
Leave golem.
Hey, man. Hey, don't get us kicked out of the one place in hell that we can sleep, man.
You don't like, you can sleep on street.
All right, fine.
We do
We're leaving the
like enough.
Yeah. We're leaving the golem here. Thank you, ma'am.
And she goes off muttering in a language none of you understand.
I'm sure that we
Seems
understand
fine.
profanity.
A lot of hissing, probably.
It's just Joe Pesci from Home Alone, but yeah, a lot more S's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, up we go.
So you follow these narrow stairs up. I mean, narrow by devilish standards. They are still wide enough that a large creature could fit through, but it would be a tight fit for your golem, for example. And they are steep, and they wind around and around and around. It is actually rather claustrophobic. But you do eventually come to a door with the proper number over it. It is a very simple latch handle. You open it up. It is completely unfurnished. It is just an empty metal room.
Right.
It's made of metal too. Oh, I
We
hate this
literally
place.
just paid for a room. That's what we got. I mean,
Correct.
I hate it here. I miss wood. I don't want to be in hell anymore.
Salmi says, all right, I'm going to cast a spell that'll make this place a little less horrible to stay in.
Well,
and it'll also protect us.
Before you do, if we want to save some time, we do have alternative accommodation.
We do?
Oh, you're saying should we do the thing and head back and
Yeah.
nap?
Plane
That's why I wanted Vic up here.
for our hotel. Yeah. Time
Just leave it
pass relative to every. Well, I guess that's a large question that we don't want to get into.
I don't really know how time passes in hell versus up here.
But I guess, no matter where we are, yeah.
I mean, we'll have to go down and get Vic anyway, I would imagine, if we want him to be there when we...
Yep.
Salmi says, I mean, is that wise? Every time we use the amulet, there's a chance it could go wrong.
Not a great chance.
No, we've been there before, right?
We
Yeah.
have been there before. It does require a good roll.
You did go on a little bit of an adventure that one time.
What? When I use the Amulet of the Plane, should I be using spell slots? I should, shouldn't I?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Good.
Unless it says. You don't have to.
It says I cast Plane Shift. That sounds like I'm casting a spell.
yeah, but it's the.
If it says it doesn't use a...
Yeah.
Yeah, if
No, it
just
doesn't
says
say I
doesn't
use a
use
spell slot.
Yeah, you don't use a spell slot. Also,
That's why the
for
DM's
DM's
trying to
discretion,
get it
he
off.
says... Yeah.
It
Should we...
does not place a
Yeah,
limit on how many times you can use it.
It specifically says plane shift at will.
Mm-hmm.
Should we...
Yeah, if it
head
goes
back?
wrong, it can just keep going until it goes right.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine. Unless we all drown.
Exactly what we did last
yeah.
night. We just
Yeah,
kept casting
comedy
till we went to
opening
the
and
right place.
closing sequence.
It would be nice to
He
sleep.
did take a bit of bludgeoning and fire.
properly
Yeah.
Not a ton.
in
I would like
climate control and a bed.
and we could get some food and have some food that doesn't taste
You
like
could eat.
burning. Yami, do you want to come to our mirror dimension?
Sami says, I mean, if you're going, take me with you, but I'm still not sure it's a good idea.
I mean, if we'll yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about what the next step would be. Let's do a couple of steps ahead. Okay, so we go to our mirror, hypothetically, go to our mirror dimension. We come back. Are we coming back here, or are we gonna try and shift onto her balcony and start this nonsense?
Sami says, no planning while we're not either in my magical sphere or on another plane. I don't want to.
Okay,
I
we're
don't
gonna
think we
take
should
a
be planning.
nap anyway. Get it? Let's get in the sphere and we'll talk about her plan, and then we can make a decision from there.
Fine.
Could you cast the bubble?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank you.
All right, let me just check how long it takes.
I think it's a 10-minute casting time. 1 minute, 10 minutes, 10 minutes.
Ritual 10
I've been a
minutes?
wizard for years.
I'm looking at
I
the
know
wrong sheet.
things.
Right. Casting time 1 minute.
1 minute.
1 minute, and she says, it'll only last 8 hours. So if we're going to sleep here, then it'll be
Yes, now.
yeah. But she starts working and casting it, so you've got a minute to kill if you want to talk about non-planny things.
I miss trees.
I
and
hate
beach.
hell. I hate
This
it.
place
Not
sucks,
much
man.
fun.
It's
Ugh.
awful, which was expected, but it's somehow more awful.
Right? It's so hot. So hot. It's bad for my fur, man. Oh. Kind of commiserate for a minute about hell.
After which, a dome appears around
The
you.
Bublé.
Uh,
Michael Bublé.
so
Bulges in his arms.
it's kind of tight for the 5 of you, but you do all fit. And the atmosphere is comfortable and dry regardless of the weather. I mean, it was dry outside anyway. But comfortable in that this is now an air-conditioned space. Yeah, it is comfortably cool.
Everyone
Yeah.
sighs.
I remember when Aussie, we had the bubble with Aussie, and it was tight with like us at regular size and Mozord. It is
Yeah, that
pissy
was
in this bubble.
2 normal-sized people are small and 1 sort of big.
Yeah, and now it's 3 real big and like a big. It's big and big plus in here.
Plus friend.
And some
Plus
says,
friend.
okay, this this will protect us against most spells, but it's still theoretically possible that someone could choose to scry on us in here.
And we are up against a very powerful creature. Person. Thing.
Who knows we're coming anyway, so...
Who is well aware. Yes.
fine.
So
Okay, so do we want to sleep here and then or whatever, or do we want to plane shift to the mirror dimension and then go aim to come back on her balcony and just like get in there?
I feel like if I'm going to face probable death tomorrow, it would be quite nice to sleep in a bed first.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yes,
Anyone
and I
else
don't know
ran
that
away
she's expecting us to just
Pop
appear
in.
on her balcony and start swinging.
And Sami
How
says,
will we get Vic to be there if we go straight from the boat?
Yes, we are going to have to go and either pick up Vic or not take Vic.
I mean, we could just like we just chat here, and then we can just go down and grab Vic and go behind an alleyway and plane shift or whatever.
That's fair.
That is true.
Sami says, I'm suddenly worried. What if We promised Nexus we'd give her something. What if she finds out that we left Hell and didn't pay her?
Coming back.
Show me she come back.
Our contract doesn't say we have to stay here.
Yeah, we can come
We
back.
did write a contract.
Yeah. You did write a contract. Salmi, in particular, wrote that contract with Nexus. Somebody roll a d20. If if the result is 10 and if the result is 10 or above, that means that the contract said that it was okay for you to leave. If it's 9 or below, then the contract said you had to pay before leaving Hell.
But it's a 4. I
Uh,
guess we're sleeping in the bubble.
can I use my heroic inspiration to get that re-rolled?
I mean, I should say no, but yes.
Okay.
Just to burn it.
Entirely up to you, but
Yeah,
yes,
good point.
does burn a thing.
I still have one.
Would you like me to?
Yes, please re-roll. You've rolled a 4 now, so manifesting nothing but 16s.
Yeah, so go and
20.
Nat 20.
and that 20. Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So
It extra says we don't have to be here.
there was phrasing that essentially says that you as a group are allowed to leave the plane of Dis to attend to separate matters on condition that you do not spend more than 12 hours at a time away from the plane.
All right.
Nifty.
Sounds good.
Until your payment is made.
Let's plane shift through some dimensions until we find the one we like.
Okay.
Yay, let's go on an
cool.
adventure.
So,
What if we end up in the city of Sigil?
are we picking up Vic and then finding an alley? Like, are we going out for food and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
going from there?
Mm-hmm.
Salmi says, I mean, this bubble will all disappear as soon as I step outside, but we're not going to be using it anyway.
That's okay. No, it's very helpful though for being able to talk. So thank you, Salmi.
Yeah, well, that's a spell slot I won't get back for 8 hours.
We're gonna take a nap. It's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, long resting.
Okay.
Collect Vic, plane shift out, long rest, plane shift to the balcony, off we go.
Okay, you're on the balcony. No, we're not fast forwarding. So you head back down. You collect Vic. Where do you go? The food court is not a private place.
I just alleyway that looks quiet.
Yeah, something quiet.
We're in hell. There has to be a shady alleyway somewhere.
Sure.
Oh, there's like 1,200.
Yeah, we have been in like 5 of them.
But.
Okay. You step out, you find a quiet place, and Gwendolyn, you go to use the amulet. Can you please make the intelligence arcana check?
Guidance?
Can Todd help, given that Todd is arcana proficient?
No.
Got that arcana, but I think she's just.
I will
Is
allow guidance, but not help.
Yay.
Is it arcana or just intelligence?
It specifically
Arcana.
says make a DC 15 intelligence arcana check.
The arcana.
Is that-
Yeah.
So yes, arcana?
Yes.
Arcana, yeah.
Okay. Okay. 7. We're going somewhere weird.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Everyone stand
Let's roll
close at
together.
all times.
I am ready to cast water breathing if needed.
So D100, please.
Baby. Baby,
That
can you move?
is
Thank
a
you.
25.
25. Now, to be clear, you're heading to your mirror manor.
Yep.
That is where we're trying to get to, yes.
A
Do
25.
we get advantage if we've been there before?
Here's the thing. It's a random location on the plane you named.
Oh.
The plane you named is
Oh, okay.
very small.
It's tiny.
A pocket
Yeah.
dimension. We're going to land in someone's room.
You
Here
land
we are.
you land in Duncan's Ocean.
Oh no, we're under the sea.
No, it's
Oh,
made
wait.
of LCL. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're in one of those 90s soap bottles.
Also, like, we've all just been sweltering in hell. This is like the nicest place we could have landed. We're in a swimming pool.
Yeah. For a second, I think Drench panics and thinks we're in the plane of water, but I'm fine.
Gwen is just going to float to the top and remain floating. Just like, oh no, she's going to conjure herself up. She's going to imagine herself like a floaty loofah, like the big lounge.
I was gonna say, like you're gonna get a flamingo, or is it gonna be
Like a
banana?
nice lilo.
I think, given the time period, she's probably just like conjured up some sort of raft contraption that looks quite, or like a giant floating leaf, like one of those lily pads.
Mm-hmm.
Because unfortunately, I don't know if she has seen like a giant magpie floaty.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Welcome, Salmi.
I've been here before. I haven't been in the water here.
Oh. Well, welcome specifically to Duncan's room.
Todd seems
Ta-da.
like a very happy boy. He has surfaced and done the head shake
This is
thing, and now he's
wagging.
merrily sploshing.
Dunk's just gonna stay on the bottom and go find some horseshoe crabs to poke out.
Ah. This
His
is just a
name's-
collective sigh of relief.
Yeah,
For...
Ians do like
This is the stress
splosh.
leaving our bodies. Yeah.
So, as I recall, it's basically just an invisible wall that holds the water up.
Correct.
So you can. So Salmi is going to walk out of it because she's wearing armor.
Oh yeah.
So swimming, she cannot easily swim in this environment. And she's just going to,
stop.
flop out into the manor.
I mean, fair enough.
True.
Drench will join her. Well, should we do one last round of Vic drinks and then head to bed?
Oh yes.
Um,
Absolutely need a margarita.
She says,
Something.
Oh wait, we should probably hang on. We should probably talk about our plan before we go to bed. Actually,
she says, you do that.
Over pina coladas.
I need to dry out some things. And she takes out her flintlock pistol.
She's dry though.
he's dry.
Is she?
It was water of
It's
the
magic
mind.
water.
It's fake
Phantom
water.
Menace rules. As soon as you walk through the bubble, you're fine.
She still
was-
needs to check.
It's imaginary.
She still needs to check her powder and her pistol and make sure it's all
That's
good.
fair.
Okay, sweet. Okay, well let's do that. Let's have a Corona or whatever and sit down and talk about it.
Corona.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
With a lime.
Who's serving since Vic isn't there?
We
Vic's
can-
here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Vic is here?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Vic's making the drinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a little
One
bow
last
tie on and everything.
Mm-hmm.
one last round. That's the name of the episode.
Oh.
And then we'll just imagine Vic.
Yeah, then we'll just turn one of the servants into fake Vic, and
Into
we'll just make
Vic,
drinks forever.
All right,
Yeah.
sweet. Okay. So what's the plan?
I mean, if we want to try and talk to her first?
I mean, I think we'll talk to her while we're killing her and shouting her name.
That's good. Oh, that's a good point, Gwen. Should we come in like swords blazing and?
I think swords blazing. I mean, what are we gonna do? She's a devil who doesn't want to.
No. I
die.
mean, should we come in swords blazing and like just like scream her real name out?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sami says, my understanding is that if you address her by her true name, then you gain a degree of power over her, but only you. So we would, if we're going to fight her, we would each need to address her by her true
yellow,
name.
Okay.
All right. So we should practice that.
Okay, so if we get a surprise round, not that Drench knows what that is. We can use it to all. That her name.
We get the drop on her.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we will, but if in case we do.
Sami says, so an alternative, since we're here, we could still do a summoning ritual using her true name.
Oh, and not fight her in hell at all.
The problem is,
Oh, and like bring her.
the problem
We have
is,
to fight her in hell, though.
if we want,
Oh,
if
yeah,
we
we
wanted
do.
to
We have
die
to die.
permanently, if we
gotta kill her, yeah.
if we wanted to die permanently, it would have to be in hell. But we could maybe take her to somewhere else in hell that isn't like her home, or
Can you? Okay, if we're in hell, can we summon her to another place in hell? Is that how that works?
I don't know. I've never done this before. I guess
Sorry for assuming you knew.
an alternative would be to summon her to the material plane, to show her that we can do it, and to scare her, and to basically say, void the contract, and maybe even just sign a new contract saying, if she voids your contract, Gwendolyn, then we will never use her true name again, as long as she never takes any action against us in the future.
I
Oh,
sort of
just
just
tell her-
want to
Tell her
kill
to
her.
leave us alone forever.
I mean, knowing that she is gathering souls for nefarious purposes, I feel like if we just let her off to do it, then we'll all end up back here when we die for enabling enormous evil, right?
She
Whoa,
says,
whoa. I don't think that's how that works.
Isn't it? I'm not clear.
I don't think so. I don't think it's our job to purge hell of devils.
she's
Yeah,
There was that one paladin one time, green armor, orange visor, big sword.
Yeah? Big sword.
Oh, I think I read a book.
Oh, the Sir Doom, or whatever his name
Yeah,
was.
the Doom Paladin.
Yeah, the Doom Paladin, yeah.
Salme says, well, I mean, no, hell, all the devils in hell are not our responsibility, but she looks at you, Gwendolyn, and says,
I mean, this one is. I've given her a lot of souls.
that argument could be made, besides which I'm pretty sure you promised to get someone's hammer back.
Yes. Well, we
did.
implied that we would if we could.
Pretty sure I made that promise.
Oh, well then.
Okay, so it sounds like we're gonna kill her.
I mean, we have to get to her
Yeah.
vault either way.
Yeah. And she's gonna, well, yeah, if she's alive, she's definitely not gonna let us do that.
Nope.
I mean, will we just be making a power void that would inevitably be filled by another devil? Yes, but, she sucks too, and she was mean to Gwen, so. Balcony?
Balcony.
Am I hearing a balcony?
Salme says, I'll go with whatever you choose, but fighting her in her home sounds like the worst possible option.
It does sound like a bad idea. Hang on a minute. Let me see what I got.
What if we throw her in fire somewhere?
Pretty sure
Her in fire? She's a devil.
pretty sure she'd be immune to fire.
Yeah, she's very fine with fire.
Wait, what? Salme says, what do we know about that arena?
Literally nothing. Other than that
You
it's
are- you
run by
understand.
someone who hates her.
And also, if you this is a Thunderdome, man. 2 guys enter, only 1 guy leaves.
Do you think they let?
Two guys or like a team and a guy?
Do you think they let people
I don't
make
know.
challenges in there?
I don't know. Oh,
You
hey,
mean, like-
isn't that guy
Do you
who
mean, like-
hates her?
Yes.
I
We
mean,
challenge you to, like, Mortal Kombat.
I guess
Yeah.
we'd have to chat to him first. Find out the rules.
she says, I don't know. I mean, obviously devils aren't going to want to fight to the death when they're in hell. But I think if you publicly challenge a devil to a fight and they say no, that could reflect badly on them. They might fight anyway, just to avoid the embarrassment of backing down. I mean, if we're going to fight her anyway, maybe we should do it in a place that,
Oh, that has rules.
That's not a bad idea. And that guy who hates her is one of the dudes who runs the place, so you could probably sweet talk him into agreeing.
we could also find if
Maybe
anybody.
it's not her house.
We could also find if anybody else hates her.
Ooh. This is a good idea.
We know her. We know her
Yeah.
common name now. We're not asking about someone called the mother. We can say, "Hey, how do you feel about Exalta?" Or probably phrase it better than that, but
Hey, if we stick our heads outside of this mirror dimension, do you think she's gonna? Well, she's only gonna scry on. She can only scry on you. Right? Well, I guess she technically scry on anyway. I just talked to the boat. If you're following my boat of thought here, we could ask the boat if she knows anyone else specifically.
Sammy says, she takes a moment and goes, "That's right. The boat's also a devil. I have to remind myself of the lives you lead."
Yeah.
A lot of inanimate objects.
Right,
I mean, we only know 2, but that's a lot.
It's more than one. I mean, no. Yeah. Dredge is gonna stick his head outside and go and knock on the deck and ask
Oh yeah, I
Mercy.
forgot we have a literal doorway.
Yeah.
And Mercy says, "Oh, hello. You're back earlier than I expected."
Yeah, no, we're still sort of in media res, but I had a question. Okay, so what's her name again?
The mother.
Mercy?
Yeah.
Oh, Exalta.
Exalta. I was like, Exandria. No. Hey, so we found out about Exalta. Touchwood. Sorry.
Is it? And you hear from Mercy, "Oh, yes."
Is that making some stuff turn in there?
"Oh, yes. The plan is to kill her, yes."
Yeah, so far we might challenge her to mortal combat in the Colosseum. What do you think about that? Do you know anyone else who hates her? Yeah, run by sorry, I have so many windows open.
Sexy Pants.
Yeah, the guy you told us about.
He says, "Well, me for a start, but I'm in no position to help you."
Does the boat want to come to hell?
Can't we take the boat?
Landing a fucking boat on her would be a pretty good power move, just saying.
Through the balcony?
Yeah.
We've got
The sound effect for that is boat.
I wish I could rule that the boat is a creature for plane shift purposes, but that would open the door to way too many spells.
It would. We could put the. Oh no, we couldn't. But anyway, yeah, we've got so the Berezzerard and Xin Zhao and John Rue and anyone else who really hates her guts.
And Mercy said, you get the impression Mercy's memory is either being jogged or he's decided, all right, we're talking about this. Let's talk about this.
We're talking about this. Hey, just 1 second, real quick. I need to grab someone else. I don't know. He's gonna stick his head in. Does anyone else want to come hear about this? Mercy's got stuff to say.
I mean, Duncan, yes, but I'm the one she watches, so.
Yeah, you better stay in here. Salmi, Duncan, Todd. Anyone else want to listen to this? You got tea, man.
I'd like to think that you can
excellent at note taking.
Just keep poking your head in and out and shouting, relaying information.
She said,
literally.
This guy.
All right, well, just gonna do that then. Yeah.
Okay. Mercy says, well, last time I was there, as I recall, the 4 lords of the Moor were Berezzerad, Xin Zhao, Dongru, and Akmar.
Akmar.
Of those 4, Donru has a history with Exalta, and is certain to get on board with any plan to destroy or humiliate her. But I think you would also find him the most vile of the 4 of those individuals to deal with. Not that any of them would be pleasant.
Right.
Xin Zhao, I believe, also thoroughly dislikes Exalta. I'm not sure of the reason for that, but to be honest, archdevils don't really like each other in the best of circumstances.
It tracks.
Let's see. I'm not aware of any existing relationship between Akhmar and Exalta.
Okay.
Berazarad knows her. Technically, I believe Berazarad is under Exalta because Exalta is an archdevil, but because Exalta operates in the fetters, that would mean that she operates to some degree with under the license of Berazarad because he is essentially daimyo of the fetters.
Okay.
If you
okay.
If you wanted to go higher in the hierarchy, so to speak, assuming you don't want to go all the way to Disparty himself, there is Lord Sek.
Lord Sek.
S-E-C-K.
S-E-C-K.
Like Sek.
He is essentially the provost of Disparta. He rules over the uppermost layer of the city of Dis. I know he and Exalta have a complicated history, but I'm not aware of all of the details or his motives for his role in what happened.
What happened?
Well, again, I'm not aware. I'm not aware of all the details, but
Spill the tea, sister.
as I understand it, Donru, who is an Orthon, was not always an Orthon. He was a Narzugon, a higher.
Do you elaborate?
A higher ranking devil, to be.
Okay, thank you.
To put it simply, Narzugons are. I believe in your people sometimes call them anti-paladins or something like that.
Oh, okay,
so
scary.
He was a paladin who in life chose to serve devils rather than gods, and in death became a Narzugon, and a bit of a...
what was his name again, sorry? Is that Sek?
No, this is Donru.
This is Donru.
Yeah.
The nasty boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And sometime he challenged Exalta. Exalta was... Her activities were... he seemed to think that she was being lazy by not actively fighting in the blood war, by running her little house of self gain.
Empowerment. Yeah, well, house of empowerment.
Clearly, it's all for her own benefit and not for anybody else's.
Yeah.
But Donru challenged her and brought her before Lord Sek. Lord Sek ruled that as an Erinius, as a being that was the... Exalta is not a pure Erinius, you see. Exalta is the offspring of an Erinius and an incubus, leading to her unique appearance.
Right.
But allegedly, she inherited the Erinius ability to birth children. And so Sek ruled that if she were to provide, to give birth to 1,000 fiends or devils, which could be provided as foot soldiers in the blood war, then she would be allowed to continue her operation, and she would be promoted for her service, and Donru would be demoted for his slander. I understand that the mother made a deal with a night hag to increase her fertility at the cost of every firstborn of every birth she gave would become the night hag's property to do with as she pleased.
Right. That's a complicated situation.
She produced
I mean, gross, man.
a great many offspring. Eventually
Okay,
provided,
that's
as
what
I
I mean.
understand it, at least 1,000 foot soldiers to the Blood War, and was promoted, and Donru was demoted to Orthon and still holds a grudge.
That's grudge-worthy.
In the background, Todd looks horrified because childbirth as he knows it. Yikes.
But also, given that every clutch, so to speak, that she gave birth to, basically the night hag gave her fertility so she would produce multiple children quickly. But the first that came out of each birth would become the night hag's to do with as she pleases, which is generally
So now
quite
there's a night hag
hard.
out there with a bunch of devil kids.
Which is,
oh my god.
yeah. So the
Gonna have to
mother,
do
So like,
at
yeah, so
some point.
if she birthed 1,000 children for the devils, what, she has 1,000, the night hag also has 1,000?
unclear, but the night hag, but the mother very clearly has little care for her biological children.
No kidding. Okay, so we round up all 1,000 of those guys.
It's a Vince Vaughn movie. You've all got the same mother, and she's a nasty piece of work.
Big jerk. Okay.
And
Wow. That's a lot of, wow, drama.
And Mercy says, so obviously bad blood there, but if you recall, it was Lord, as I recall, it was Lord Sek who chose the terms of the deal.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, if he's the boss, it makes sense for him to keep his underlings fighting for crumbs, right?
It's possible. So there may...
sowing dissent doesn't seem like a bad idea when you're the boss.
And, but also Zinzao, one of the Lords of the Moor, she is an Irenaeus, and I understand that there is some discontent among Irenaeus of how the mother of her dealings with a night hag for fertility purposes. It is, I suspect Zinzao would not be fond of the mother.
Okay, so Zinzao and Donru.
Vote Zinzao. She sounds fun.
Yeah. I mean, all of them.
We know what she looks like.
Yeah.
We sure do.
She's the
Both of
hot
our
one.
options are good.
I did some art that I got tired of not being able to show anybody, so I gave my players a preview of here is a character you may or may not meet in the future.
Yay! Oh, and also Mercy, we figured out her real name.
Oh, you mean Exalta?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like her real name. Like her real name.
You mean a true name?
Her true name, girl.
That.
Mercy. I wish. Can you scry? I would love it if you got to sit on this one. It's gonna be crazy.
I've only just recently gained the ability to see what's happening, in front of me. So no, I cannot scry.
Good point, girl. Okay, we'll lock you in. We'll tell you everything.
Oh,
Gwen is gonna call from the mansion, or tug on Drench's dreadlock and just pull it back.
Yeah.
It's like, tell her Exalta knows we're in town and ask how we get a meeting with any of these people.
Oh, okay. Hey, Mercy. Gwen wants to know how do we get a meeting with these guys? Because Exalta knows we're in town. She saw us. We did go to the House of Empowerment, and she totally looked at us.
Mercy says, first of all, do not let on to anyone that you know Exalta's true name until you use it.
Okay, 100%.
Secondly, to get an archdevil's attention, you either summon them, which they will hate you for.
Okay, don't do that. Writing that down.
or you do something to impress them, which is most likely to be something truly evil and unpalatable to you.
No.
Okay, not liking that.
Or you piss them off
Make an
somehow.
appointment?
Have you managed to piss?
Yeah, is it-
Have you managed to piss any of them off?
The
Not
big ones?
frequently.
I don't think so.
Salmi says, probably. We just haven't heard about it yet.
How do we
Very
piss
true.
them off specifically? What's each
Or
one's
can we?
trigger?
Is there not just like is like a schedule, an appointment? We can't like a demonic secretary or a spider we could talk to?
Mercy says, well, I know Berzerad is normally to be found at the Ivory Moor.
Okay, well that's a start.
Akmar too, and Zinzao is the nominal marshal of the Moor. So if you were to look for them, you could go there and just try to walk in. They might see you.
Huh.
Sorry. Sorry.
I feel like that's very on brand for Dredge. Important information.
A seagull flew over.
Yeah. I got my earbuds in. I can still hear. Go on. So going to the mall sounds like a good idea.
Well, you got link pearls.
Yes.
We do have link pearls, yeah.
That's right.
Okay, so
yeah,
so
Ivory
going
Moor.
to the. That seems like the most direct method, and if not that, we could cause a commotion at the mall, which seems like a really scary idea. But
Yeah, what would piss off devils if we start like doing charity?
yeah, like I could grow some flowers. Would that make them angry?
I could do some theater with a
We could
disgusting
hug.
moral center.
Yeah, we could like go to the mall and like hug or something. Hold, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Sami says, I get the impression that piss off a devil, you question their authority.
Oh, if we make like a big song and dance about, I mean, you told us all this tea. This is a lot. It's a lot we can work with here.
There is juice to squeeze.
Mercy says, promise me you'll survive.
We promise we will aim for that eventuality.
We promise we'll try, and we'll come back and tell you everything.
Mercy says, as much as I admire and appreciate Guapta, I will dearly miss the four of you should you not return. And Sami seems okay too.
I mean,
Yeah,
we
it
will
sounds
try, but you know, if we break the promise, we're dead. So.
Yeah, I guess with the mall, hey, you know, you challenge someone and only one set of guys walks out.
And Mercy says, oh, yes, if you... In case you are foolish enough to choose to fight in the Moor,
Oh, that's a bad idea.
well,
Only thing's a bad idea. I
only
suppose.
if there's a chance you might lose.
I mean, there's a very strong chance we'll lose.
Because the more it's called the Moor because it eats those who fall.
Oh,
it's literally a maw.
oh, we could be TPD'd Salak style. Oh, all of our DM controlled NPCs give very conflicting advice.
The Mercy says
That's a little scarier.
the games in the Moor are staged in part just to keep it fed.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. This has sort of added another level of really scary. Maybe we should just fight her in her bedroom, man. Unless the bedroom was also a maw.
I think the bedroom is like where she has all of her stuff.
It's all that stuff, but I also don't want to get eaten.
I mean, yeah, if we fight her in the bedroom, then maybe some of us will survive. But if we fight her in the Moor,
hell like
we
this?
all die.
Oh,
Duncan
hell sucks.
finally like surfaces from like his little kiddie pool that he's got out the front of his actual space. He goes, look, if we fight in the Moor, there are going to be rules. She's going to be prepared. She's going to be able to bring friends because we're bringing friends. And whoever loses gets eaten by some kind of horrible creature that's going to digest us for 1,000 years. Now,
Mercy will add, there is a general rule in the war that the fights must be balanced to some degree. If it's a challenge between two parties, then it must be fair.
Yes, see, this is what I mean. I don't want it to be fair for the mother. I would rather just steamroll in, hit her with everything we've got in her own bedchambers, preferably while she's unarmored, and then just pick up the stuff we're here to pick up and leave.
She's going to be unarmored in her bedroom when she knows we're around, and likely only in hell for one reason.
She's got to sleep sometime.
Salmi says,
Does she?
Salmi says, does she wear armor? She didn't seem to be wearing much at all when we saw her.
I don't think she.
Very revealingly clad.
I mean, she's a magic user and also a devil.
Yeah, but it's a demonic negligee.
Devilish.
She's probably got some of that magic armor nonsense that these guys do.
Yes, but she'll definitely have all of that in the maw.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So, real 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other situation.
I don't think it's.
Right
I think it's tough either way.
Salmi,
yeah, but at least if we lose in the bedroom, we can plane shift out of there, which means we're not constrained by the rules.
Salmi adds, what if it's a fair fight? Except they don't know we have her true name.
Aha.
Salmi, I like the way you think.
When is Leo pointing from the mansion?
It's not okay. Well, okay. Now I'm swayed more towards the ma. I'm just really flipping. I feel like a fish out of water. No offense.
You can see Salmi's suddenly looking quite concerned. She's going, "Wait a minute. Why am I? I don't want to fight in the moor."
Well, now you made me want to fight in the moor.
Well, we don't want to fight in the bedroom either.
I honestly,
Everyone's bad as hell.
No, I don't want to fight at all. I would very much like to not go back to hell, but
it'd be great.
You've paid me. You're paying me.
Every place in hell sucks, is what I'm learning.
And Salmi says, and while we're, excuse me, Mercy, would you mind if we, to the rest of you, mind if we speak back in the manor? And Mercy says, no, that's fine, please. Any other questions? I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, Mercy, you're so helpful. Drench is gonna hug her.
How?
Lie down.
Okay.
Lie down on the floor.
Go out and hug a mask.
Lie on the floor.
Yeah.
I feel like Salmi needs to be reminded at some point that her suggestion, it was her idea. She put killing the mother on the table. She could have said nothing, and I would be working out a contract with the boat.
Yeah, but she wasn't expecting us to pick up what she put down. That's the thing. She was expecting to put it down and for us to leave it there. But we're adventurers. We'd pick up everything that's not bolted down.
Don't put nothing on the table you don't want people to pick up.
She didn't really care whether you picked it up or not. Her job was just to give you legal advice.
And
she set the table, now she's eating it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
she made that table. Now she's got to lie in it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
None of us are expecting a nat 20 on sand to talk to the god of secrets.
She opened that can of worms.
And she, speaking of can of worms, she takes you back into the Mirror Manor and says, I just also want to thank you for the indulgence with, when we're talking to, when you let me speak to Nexus alone. Again, I can't reveal much more, but I feel a bit safer speaking about it here. Yes, Tethoan sent me, I needed to get a message to one of the higher-ups. It seems that the gods want to parley, but that is as far as I can reveal.
Huh. Gods want to parlay with devils in hell?
I can only speculate that it's something to do with a change in a shift in the balance of the planes with everything that's happened recently.
Oh, that Guldag fellow.
And also the fact that Elysium and the other celestial planes have been cut off from the rest of us.
Do we know about that?
I know.
And Salmi says,
did we know about that?
Salmi says, did you not know about that?
I don't think we know.
I don't think we knew about
that sort of thing.
what happened.
No,
There's
wait, we know that-
Wait.
I feel like you've
Where
had
does-
this conversation.
No, we have had this conversation. We do
Yeah.
know about it. We were
Have
upset
we?
about
I just
souls
doesn't
going to
remember.
like the celestial waiting room
Yeah.
and having to read the like car magazines while they build
Yeah.
heaven again.
Yeah, and it is
that's
now.
it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It has now been publicised that souls do now go to, a heavenly plane.
Yeah, we fixed it now, so now you can all know.
Yeah, they fixed it so that
We
they
haven't
could then.
Did we decide that we knew about that?
We
did.
definitely heard about it. Yes.
Yeah.
Didn't
Right.
Desmina, not Desmina, Connie or someone told us. Someone told us. Someone explained it to us.
Yeah. And Sami says, so I'm not going to reveal who exactly wants to speak to whom, or but I don't know what
That's okay. That's you know what? The less we know, the better for us, because that's not our
That does
business,
sound
man.
like none of our business.
she says.
Yeah.
We're just trying to kill a devil,
But I felt,
archdevil.
you should know that you are helping. You have helped me in a big way.
Yeah. You're cruel, man. You friend.
Right.
You're a friend now.
Anyway,
Or he's well.
she says,
She's on retainer. She's
I
earning
think we should.
really good money.
I think we have something resembling a plan, so we should probably make our preparations and get some rest and prepare to.
Be eaten by a giant mouth.
Woo!
Fight the devil in the ivory moor.
Oh,
And-
that's a really good episode title too.
But that won't be tonight's episode title
No,
because
we're
you're not
going to
doing it
bed.
tonight. But that is where we are going to finish tonight's session. We
Good
will be
spot.
back next week to see whether they actually make it as far as the Ivory Moor and whether that fight happens, or are they going to faff about for 3 hours, because this is Dungeons and Dragons.
We
I
are
will-
on a boat.
More
I-
NPC is going to give us
Yeah.
confusingly, directly conflicting
Yes.
I've
words of
chosen
wisdom.
I've chosen to
Unreliable
give up
narrator.
on predicting what will happen in the next session. But thank you very much for watching. Bye.